People are always saying that art forms are dead, aren't they, or dying. You know, the novel is dead, painting is dead, pop music is dead.
Painting will never die away.
Sort of the porous-like nature of painting, I think, is really exciting, and that it's one of the mediums that has such a long trajectory in history, so it's rich pickings for artists and for students as well.
Painting still is a vehicle for saying something interesting, for exploring new ideas.
It can be really serious, it can be ironic, it can be dumb, it can be exciting. It can say things and reflect things that are happening in the world.
The John Moores is still a major showcase.
A prize like the John Moores, it's a great way of focusing public attention.
It really serves a purpose for painting to be judged on its own merit against other paintings, and it's really important to keep the kind of focus and the specialisms and provide a framework for that.
It's an opportunity for artists to get their work seen by a national and an international audience.
If these prizes encourage making, thinking about making, showing, being part of a kind of bigger creative community, then they're incredibly important. They can change your life, but maybe not actually in the way you think they're going to.
The first winner of the John Moores Painting Prize was Jack Smith. Following him, there were artists including David Hockney, Mary Martin, Bruce McLean, Peter Doig, Sarah Pickstone.
A very good example, and certainly not a young artist, is Rose Wiley. And to win that was an enormous breakthrough for her. But certainly now, she's in a totally different place through winning. And it changed her life totally.
To be able to have your work shown in a national museum and to get all that exposure from the press, it really does make such a difference to us.
You don't really enter to win any money, it's more about being in the show. I think everybody would say that. It's just fantastic to be in an exhibition about contemporary painting. And the really brilliant thing is that the judges are always top drawer.
Being a judge was extraordinary because it meant that I immersed myself in the whole myriad landscape of British painting at any one given moment. And it's such a diverse practice, such a diverse area really. I found it inspiring, energising, overwhelming, and it broadened my already quite broad vision about what painting was and the state of painting.
I found that a lot of the work had some incredible energy. Sometimes the energy kind of seeped out of the painting to us over a longer period. And sometimes something hit you and you thought, I just cannot let that one go.
And I have to admit that the painting that actually won, when I first saw that, because in a way I was frightened of that picture. Like it was dripping oil on the floor, like it was like it was alive in some way, or it was going to slide off and get you or something. And I discovered that for a lot of the other people on the jury, that was exactly why they liked it. So that was good because that kind of blew my mind in a way, because it made me look at painting in a different way.
And I like the fact that the Walker keeps the winning painting. So it's a proper history of those artists who've won.
To be part of that history is really extraordinary. The history of the John Moores, the history of the prize winners as well is really an extraordinary index of British painting.
And the collection is therefore one of the best and most representative collections of British painting anywhere in this country.
It is a wonderful example of how important it is to support the arts and the impact the arts can have on the cultural life of a city, and of course supporting creativity and those artists who are working in that field.
It should be nurtured, it should be supported. You know, let's look forward to 75, let's look forward to 100 years.